1160 and WCCSradio.com. So you're expecting that you'll see somebody like Clinton Smith and somebody like Galen Bargerstock. But guess what? It's not just Clinton and Galen with us here today. There's someone else in the studio. And this happens from time to time. They bring someone with them. And Clinton, who do you have with you today?
Today we have, I don't even know what your title is. Client Relationship Manager, Tina Neese. So Tina is awesome. A long time ago, I had an Escalade and I would go to Colonial, and she worked behind the counter, and we met her whenever she was a service manager over at Colonial. Mm-hmm. A couple years later, I don't even know what happened, but we were looking for someone and she applied, and we knew right from the get-go that it would work out. I think it was probably like the most informal interview we've ever had, because we saw her working with clients and people over at Colonial. Uh-huh. And just, I mean, you have to think service department, not everyone's in an exciting, good mood whenever they walk into there, because usually something's wrong with their car at that point. Mm-hmm. She handled everything really good. And Galen and I are kind of like divas with our cars. We don't really we need a warranty. You know, we need someone to help us take care of it. And she really helped us through that whole process. So it made it really easy for us to hire her.
An eye for talent then, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's meet Tina and find out what she does with GCES. Tina, step up to that microphone there if you would. And let's talk about what you do with these guys.
I assist the clients, answer questions. I do all the transfers for Galen after he meets with the clients, help with applications, and just Galen's assistant. I'm a side assistant that's in the background.
So you're one of the first people that folks will deal with when they come to GCES.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. So that whole process, people have so much uncertainty about finances, especially, and about planning for their financial future. So I would guess, when I was jokingly, I said they have an eye for talent. You have to have a talent for making people feel at ease and letting them know that this is a normal process, and this is a great first step that you're taking when you come to GCES.
Correct, I do. And I've got a lot of people that said Galen and I have made the process so much easier for them. Less stressful, just easy. Yeah. And they don't have to worry as much.
Yeah, so pretend he isn't here, and talk about him as if he isn't here, because you have to have a whole lot of confidence in what he's able to do for folks, and what GCES as a whole is able to do for folks in order for them to feel comfortable with you.
Right. One of the first things that I noticed when I started there was how well he got back to clients. Anytime they called, he would call them. If not, then that day, the next day, which to me is huge with the business that I came from. Not everybody is like that, but Galen definitely is right on the ball with making sure everybody's taken care of and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So that to me was huge.
It really is a service thing, isn't it?
Yep,
yeah.
It is. Got to make everybody feel important, and we do.
Yeah. Now, so since she's been there, Clinton, and Galen will ask you as well, since she's been there, you obviously have noticed the role that she's playing and how she is helping clients come in and assimilate into the business and really get done what they've come to get done.
Yeah. The beautiful part is that she's also been there for several years. So we don't have to hold her hand all the time. You know what I mean? We have a lot of different clients that come from a lot of different places. So Tina's job working with all of these different clients and the different companies that they are coming from, as well as the companies that they are going into, takes a lot of work. There's a lot of different little nuances and paperwork things that, sign here, don't sign there, check this box, don't check that box. So, and all of those things are different for all of the companies that we deal with.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of learning to get someone in there to really understand it. But when it comes down to it, customer service is one of the biggest things that, if we're able to talk to the clients like regular people and help them understand what they're doing and go through the process, makes it a lot easier.
Yeah. Galen, I'm very unsophisticated when it comes to cooking and restaurant roles, but it reminds me of a sous chef type of thing, as of a prep chef who gets things ready for you then to step in and do what you do in the lives of people. Tell me about how Tina is able to play that role for you.
Well, I think Tina is on both sides of the restaurant. The restaurant thing is really a Clinton thing, not me. But, they come in, I talk to people, I set them up, and then Tina comes in. The one thing that I've always, tried to think of myself is like where I lack and where my faults are. And I can tell you that I am the worst person in the world to fill out paperwork. So, the government, they don't really care too much about you as a person because it's a whole. They care that that I is dotted or that box is checked. And Tina comes in to make sure that that box is checked or that I is dotted. So we have everything on track. But it's not just the beginning, it's also the end. After, a policy is placed with us, Tina will also reach back out to him, hey, the process is done. That wasn't that bad, was it? Something like that.
Yeah, that's really important. Tina, of course, once Galen has done his magic in their financial life, it doesn't just stop there. You have an ongoing relationship with the clients with GCES, correct?
I definitely do. Yeah. People call me for the withdrawals as well, and to get their balances, and just any kind of mailing they get, they call with questions, and if I can't answer, then Galen gives them a call, and they get the answers they need.
Yeah. Clinton, one of the things about anybody in the financial planning world is that you have to plan for change, and you don't know what those changes are when you're planning for them. A plan can be set up for somebody. It can be working well, but Galen or you or anybody else within the company says, I see this trend coming, and let's really drill down on how it might help or affect one of our clients. And so that whole team picture comes into focus, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, whenever we, at GCS, we are totally like a restaurant. So I like that you said that because I come from restaurants, and to me, we run like a restaurant. We have Sam that is the hostess, that is greeting clients and explaining to them what happens in their appointments. Galen, for lack of a better position, is actually the server. He's going to go to the table and greet them and find out what they need and figure out their needs and wants of what they need from finance and what we can do for them. He takes that and he gives it to Tina, right? So she is the sous chef. She's the line cook. She's desserts also, and she's also the food runner, right? So she will take whatever Galen does, the application, and she makes that happen. She makes it happen in the background, and then she says, here, Galen, let's go ahead and take this back out to them. It's ready to go, right? And she goes through that whole process because, like I said, it's different companies, different processes, different paperwork, different timelines. So to be able to navigate that and help each client individually, because this is all custom. We're not doing the same thing for everyone. So to navigate all of that and be able to put all of that together in a way that helps the client, makes it quick, is something huge for us. Yeah.
Everybody grows in their role with their company and makes themselves as valuable to the company as they possibly can in that growth. Tina, I'm sure that the Tina who is here in this studio with us this morning is not the same Tina who started a few years ago with GCES. You've learned a lot, and you've been able to apply that, correct?
Correct, I have, very much. I didn't know what to expect coming in from the auto business to this, but it is the best place I've ever worked, to be honest, and I've worked in a restaurant as well, car business, but this is the best place that I've worked. Wonderful bosses, great clients, and being able to help everybody is a huge thing for me.
Yeah. Hey, Galen, let's talk a little bit more about that whole team concept at GCES. You do a ton of the sitting down with clients, the discussing and the explaining and the designing of what their financial package is going to be. Executing that package takes a whole bunch of folks, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, it literally takes my whole office. So, just for me to say, oh, I show up and, everything's done magically. It doesn't happen.
You don't have
like
a
that.
wizard hat?
No, it doesn't really happen like that. No. Like Clinton said, Samantha will.
He does have a wizard hat.
I thought
I have
so.
three crystal balls too, but they don't work. I've been trying. No, Sam brings everybody in, and then, I do sit down with them, and then Tina steps in, and she really, gets the paperwork. I am notorious for the bad paperwork. It's a lot better now that everything's digital because you can't really move on unless that red box is checked. So
Yeah, I bet she's demanding of you too that you do things right.
she keeps me on track. I mean, one of the biggest things that I do now is, on statements, people have a Roth IRA in their 401k. And I'm just having a conversation with them. They're telling me they have a traditional IRA. They don't have a Roth IRA. Well, bam, Tina comes into play and she's like messaging me, Galen, they have a Roth IRA. Will you send them an application? And that's probably happened 2 times last week alone. So, so Tina really does do a lot with the paperwork. But, not just that, I sit down, I talk with these people, we figure out a life plan. I have a connection with them. But as Tina said, she does as well. She's talking to these people a lot. Because people want to take money out. They don't want to just save money.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
she's doing that. But like yesterday, we had a client pass away. So what happens is, we're doing our normal day to day and it's a Monday, so it's a heavy day. And then we hear that a client passes away. So we switch gears to try to accommodate and, talk to the children. And Tina was first in line to, give condolences. So it's not just paperwork for sure. There's a lot of human emotional interactions.
Yeah, and that's an interesting point because the survivors will have a lot at stake here, Clinton.
Yeah. Not that I want to switch directions onto something more exciting and positive, but we also have had some initiatives done by Tina inside the office. Like her favorite was Weenie Wednesdays.
Okay.
So she does do other things inside the office too that are fun. And the other cool thing that you mentioned earlier that, we're not a huge office. A lot of people think that we have 50, 60 people, because we serve such a large area, but we have really good people that are really good at what they do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So everyone has their own things that they handle and we all work cohesively as a team, which is kind of cool. And Tina has been along with the growth of the company from moving from our old office into the new office. So she's gotten to roll with the punches and see, even with us, things change. Things change constantly for us to keep up to date with what's going on, keeping updated on changes in laws and stuff like that. Exciting times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, for folks that are, involved in their financial lives, everybody should be. But some people have differing levels of desire to be a participant in that. Galen, sometimes somebody might say to you, I want to be really actively involved in choosing the stock portfolio and whatever of the plans that I want to buy into. I really want to know what they're doing, and I want that to be, a really solid part of my retirement years, not just the planning part. Others might say, you know what? I'm done with my work. I want to sit. I want to golf. I want to do whatever it is that I want to do. Galen, you take care of it. Whatever the involvement is that the client is seeking, you do your best to help them accommodate that.
Yeah, whatever situation, whether people want to get involved and learn more about the stocks and the bonds and how everything works, sure, I will definitely help you with that. A lot of people are the other that you just spoke of. I don't care. I'm retired. Help me get to where I need to get. This is what my risk is. This is what I'm willing to do. So, I think that, just in general, the conversations that we have with people and the relationships that we build are the long-lasting things. Like the one thing that Tina does that somebody doesn't do at an employer plan, a large employer like the state or the government, she's a person. You're going to call in, you're going to talk to the same person. You're going to build that relationship. You're not calling into a call center, getting a different answer, talking to a different person, a different perspective. So the relationships are definitely not just with me, but with the staff.
Yeah. Tina, do people come in and have, for the most part, I hate to generalize with everybody, but do people come in and they have a good idea of where they want to go, or do they have misconceptions about how detailed they want to be or have been all along? Are folks up on where they are in terms of their financial package when they come to GCES?
I would say people think they are, but then once they meet with Galen, they realize that they're not, or they're more financially set than they thought they would be.
There's an investigation process that goes on.
There is. And there's been a lot of clients who said they didn't realize they could retire when they thought they couldn't, because Galen went over everything and explained everything. And they're like, this was best thing to do was
Yeah.
to meet with Galen and go through everything and learn
Yeah.
where I can be.
You know, it's an interesting statement that you just made, because I know, Galen, you have said often, and I just found out about somebody that a few days ago had said to somebody I know, yeah, you know what, I'm going to wait until I reach X age, and when I reach X age, that'll be my maximum Social Security. I think it was 70. I don't even know what the number is. But they said that's when I'll get the most out of my Social Security, so I'm waiting until then before I retire. But as you have said in the past, that might not be the best plan for you.
Well, I mean, if you're looking to get the most out of Social Security, maybe. But if you're looking to get the most out of your life, it might not be. You might be able to retire, make the money. You know, the break-even point of what you're talking about from 62 versus 67 is roughly 78, 79 years old. You will not see a dime more until then. So it's a whole quality of life thing. But, you know, I'll throw another little nice one at you that Tina and I, you know, we had to confirm, because the TSP, everybody changes their rules all the time, constantly. So there was a lady yesterday. She is getting out, and she's under 59 and a half. But one of the rules is if you leave money in a 401k and you're over 55 and you retire, you do not have a penalty. And she did not know that. So she was fretting about what she's going to do. She's already losing all of this other stuff. But then we can ease her mind a little bit that, hey, there is a path that you can do. So I guess the best thing where I'm going with all of that is, if you have a question, definitely ask Tina or myself, because, you know, she knows a lot of the stuff that I know because of the repetitiveness of dealing with the same scenarios over and over again.
Yeah, Clinton, it's ease and comfort of lifestyle, isn't it?
Yeah, when it comes down to it, people are going to sit down with Galen and they're going to be like, okay, well, I want to retire next year. And he's going to be like, okay, well, this is what you would make if you retired next year. Then that is when people can say, oh, crap, that's not enough money, right? And then they say, what does it look like at 65? What does it look like at 67? And that's when Galen can show them the increases at those ages and how much money you would make if you would wait until then. He can also show you how much money you would make if you claimed it for 3 years up until that time, and how much money that's you're saying goodbye to by waiting. So he can really sit down with you, show you those different dates and ages, and then kind of help you, like, I don't know, judge your own health, because it comes back to that too. Do you know what I mean? You're not just making these decisions about retirement without considering your own health as well. If you, like, God forbid, you're like stage 4 terminal cancer, you're not going to wait until 65 to claim Social Security. You're going to start claiming it right now.
Yeah.
Well, you're probably on Social Security disability at that point if you're in stage 4 cancer. But yeah.
But there's so many things that go into consideration. It's not just the black and white numbers. We really help people understand the weight of their decisions too.
So we've spent the last 21, 22 minutes teeing this up, talking about what GCES does and is and can do in the lives of people. So these final minutes together here this morning, Tina, I'll ask you first. Since we've got the ball on the tee here, take your swing. Why should people take that driver out and knock it down the fairway? Why come to GCES and start your retirement planning, whether you're 25 and just entering the workforce, 45 and thinking about now it's time to start planning, or 65? It's always time to start planning, but why?
It is always time to start planning, and that was one of the things, me being an adult mother, I didn't think about planning when my kids were little. And now I'm going, holy crap, how am I going to do this? Without having a plan, without meeting with somebody and figuring out where your life can be and where you should invest more money in. Sometimes you think about it and you don't do it. You're never going to get where you want to be if you don't take the first step. And the first step would be to call and talk to Galen and find out, should I start investing more here? Should I do this? When should I retire? How about my health insurance? Any of that stuff. I mean, he answers any of the questions, gives you an idea, gives you a plan to set yourself up for retirement, to enjoy your life with your family.
Yeah. Galen, you're meeting them wherever they happen to be in their life, right?
Yep, wherever you're at, your stage of life is the correct time to, try to build a plan, Today's the best day, I like to say.
Yeah. All right. Last word, Clinton Smith.
724-915-0000. Give us a call. You can talk to Sam. She can set you up with an appointment. Our office is right here on 9th Street in Indiana. You can visit our website, gces.us.
Beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful.
I didn't know if that's what you were asking for, but I felt like that was the time to do it.
I said
Yeah.
last word. Those were the last words you chose to use for this morning. Appreciate it, gentlemen.
Thank you so
and
much.
Tina, thank you so much. Good to meet you.
Nice to meet
Bye,
you as
Facebook.
well.
We're getting set for news at the bottom of the hour. Just a couple of moments.